Yay! Hiking with Cathy and John today, and skipping bug bite down there. Hey friends, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Stella, and I've been sharing my hiking journey since 2018 when I hiked the Pacific Crest Trail, and by now I've somehow managed to hike over 10,000 miles. This year I attempted my biggest challenge yet, the calendar year Triple Crown. But unfortunately, the attempt fell flat in July after 3,100 miles when I got sick for about 3 weeks. Now I'm well rested, healed up, and ready to take on the last 350 miles of the Appalachian Trail, just because I was so close at the end that I couldn't resist coming back to finish. Join me every day at 7 a.m. Eastern while I hike from the Presidential Range in New Hampshire to Mount Katahdin in Maine. Good morning. So back on trail. We got on at Grafton Notch at mile 1931, I believe, at the parking lot where we got off last night. I think it's like ME 26. We went into Andover last night, which is not the main town out of this exit. The main town out of this exit would be Bethel, but the main hostel in Bethel is the Knoll, and that just closed just the other day, so I was pretty bummed not to be able to go there. But we went to the cabin in Andover, which is another hostel owned by Honey, and she and her late husband Bear have been running that hostel for so many years. She's 93 years old and so sweet, and we had such a great time having dinner there and breakfast this morning. So kind of got all the chores done. And this section is just 20 miles before we cross the road that goes into Andover. So we are hoping when we resupplied, we got 4 days of food. So we're thinking a day and a half or 2 days right now, and then we'll get the rest of the food in 20 miles. When we cross that road, we'll pop back over to the cabin and either stay in the cabin or maybe come back to trail if we get enough miles in today, or if it's just early enough in the day when we get to that road crossing that we want to come back out. So that's kind of like the rough plan. And Cathy and John are joining. They picked us up from the cabin, and they're joining for today and maybe some of tomorrow, depending on just how the day goes, I think. So that's really exciting and nice. So yeah, and the weather is supposed to be beautiful, so I'm feeling really thankful for that. Can't wait to show you how the hike is today. The elevation profile looks like starts out just really steep, and I think we're getting to the steep part, and then it goes probably gain a couple thousand feet of elevation. And so the hardest part of the day, I think, will be the first half. And then we'll see what happens with the second half. This is so gorgeous. Okay, we've made it to the top. 3,662. Oh, Baldpate Mountain, West Peak. I just want to give a huge shout out to Cathy and John. Thank you guys so much for being amazing trail angels and for becoming such good friends. I hope our hiking paths cross again soon. Okay, So we're gonna have lunch up here, directly across from where we were over there. Oh my goodness gracious. This is amazing. No. Thank you.
Cut.
Cut.
So they do eat those something.
Whoa.
Wow.
So fast.
We're impressed.
Whoa. Wow.
We're impressed.
Is it up or down?
Oh,
there.
These are cartoons or movies about that. Maybe it's cartoons.
Okay, so a little late in the day update. We've gone 7.7 miles. It's just after 4 p.m. We started off the day with Cathy and John, trail angels I met earlier this year and have stayed connected to, and they came out and they were going to overnight with us, but then decided to just turn into a day hike. So we got up West Baldpate and then East Baldpate, I think. I'm not sure. There are two peaks that were Baldpates. And had lunch after we said goodbye on the second peak. We said goodbye to Cathy and John on the first one. Hung out with them for a while. It was really nice. And then, we came down the mountain into the Frying Notch lean-to. So all the shelters in Maine are called lean-tos. So I have to get used to saying that instead of shelter. And got water there. Then it was like a big, 700-foot climb in a very short distance before we started heading down. And yeah, now we're about 1.5 miles from Dun Cascades, falls, which will be where we will start going back up toward Wyman Mountain, and that's another 7 miles away. It's hard to tell how far we're gonna make it. I think the terrain is we're able to move a little bit quicker in this terrain, so maybe that'll continue, but it still just feels like the miles are creeping by very slowly today. That's just in general for this section for me. And just the tactical terrain that Maine and New Hampshire are just really slow going. But yeah, so we'll see where we end up. I really don't think we'll make it all the way to the next lean-to, but it's possible. I think that would be maybe 8 more miles away, so that might be a little ambitious for this late in the day, but we'll see. I'm kind of open, and I feel kind of just I kind of had a droop in energy this afternoon, but still feeling pretty good. My knees are doing well. The KT tape feels really good, really supportive. My knees feel a little bouncy. It's not on too tight or anything, just enough. And yeah, I'm listening to a Rich Roll podcast. He's an ultra athlete that interviews all these people who write books about optimizing health and wellness, and I think I'm listening to this one by Rhett and Link, who are really famous YouTubers. I've never really watched anything by them, but I've seen interviews of them, funny enough. And so I know kind of the general like idea of their show and their YouTube channels and stuff. But I have never really watched their stuff. So I think I'm about to start listening to that. Kind of just tuck in. Still with Skip and Bug-Bite. They're pretty fast, so I really hope I'm not slowing them down. But it's been really nice hiking with other people and just getting to chat and everything is super fun. So yeah, it's been a gorgeous, gorgeous day, and being back in the canopy feels really nice. So let's see how the rest of the day goes and how far I end up making it. Over there. Whoa! How big is this canyon? Whoa. Oh my gosh! Wow, I forgot about this. Wow, cool. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, look at this gorgeous pond. Almost to camp. Be just 12 miles-ish. Maybe a little less. Skip and Bug-Bite are ahead. They're very fast. I just decided to tuck back and go slow and steady. So hopefully they are finding a spot. Skip and Bug-Bite are making very ambitious, exciting plans to take the canoe out. Wow. Okay, 11.88 for the day. Up 4,800. And this is my spot. And that's the pond. You can barely, I mean, it's hard to see in the video. Let's see. Zoomed in too much. But yeah, it's like all of this down here. It's really close, but not too close, so that's good. Hey! So I thought it'd be fun to do a little time lapse of me setting up the tent tonight. I'm not always good about pulling up the camera at camp, so I've been trying to get better at that. But if you guys didn't follow me in 2023, I had carried a tarp the entire Appalachian Trail. I carried the Hexmid Pocket Tarp by Z-Pack, so it sets up like a normal trekking pole tent, but it just doesn't have a bottom and it doesn't have any bug protection. So I was pretty used to camping like, you know, on my ground sheet under a tarp and then kind of like flicking away bugs throughout the night or while I set up, and I got pretty comfortable with that. But then this year I decided to go back to a full tent, and Durston actually gifted me this one while I was on the Pacific Crest Trail this year. So thank you so much to Durston. But anyways, I have kind of just switched back to being a tent camper, and I don't know if I'm gonna go back to the tarp for a while, just because it is so nice to just be fully enclosed and not to have to worry about any bugs at all. So yeah, I'm back to tent camping, and honestly, I didn't even really sleep in the shelters that much on this trip. You'll see each night that I'm out, I'm usually in the tent. So anyways, I really love this little tent, and then being all tucked inside has been great. And honestly, getting to camp before the sun even sets and having time to set up has been wonderful. Okay, I think we're gonna go make dinner by the water, and I need to filter some water, so get both of those things done at once. Yay, what a nice night. So happy about my tent setup too. Looks pretty good. I'll get all the rest set up later. Okay, the sun has not set yet. There's the water. But I am going to look for the outlet so it's at least kind of flowing when I get some close up. So, kind of flowing right there. but look at all these fish. Oh yeah, so lovely. Yummy. Yum, 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 yum. And a frog. Oh golly, this is probably gonna taste so good. Well, okay. Anyways, let's find some water. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, everybody, that is it for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.